Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever noticed how some people smile at your face, but feel uncomfortable when you succeed? They clap for you, yet their energy feels heavy. They ask about your plans, not to support you, but to measure you. This is not coincidence, this is psychology. Jealousy doesn't always come with anger. Sometimes it comes with advice, jokes, and fake concern. If you have ever felt drained after sharing your progress, confused after talking to certain people, or doubted yourself for no clear reason, this message is for you. Stay with me, because today we are uncovering the hidden signs of jealousy that silently block your growth. And once you recognize them, you will never see people the same way again. Sometimes the most challenging people in our lives are not strangers, but those who smile at us every day. Jealousy rarely announces itself loudly. It hides behind politeness, jokes, and even concern. Understanding this is not about judging others, but about protecting your peace and continuing your growth with clarity. One hidden sign of jealousy is subtle discouragement. When you share a dream, they respond with doubt disguised as realism. They say things like, "It's very difficult," or "People like us don't succeed there." Their words sound practical, but their intention quietly weakens your confidence. Remember, genuine well-wishers may warn you, but they never drain your hope. Another sign is constant comparison. They measure your progress against theirs, not to learn, but to feel superior or secretly inferior. If your success makes them uncomfortable, they may suddenly highlight their own achievements or bring up your past failures. This comparison is not about growth, it is about insecurity. Jealous people often struggle to celebrate your wins. Their claps are slow, their smiles incomplete. They might change the topic quickly or say, "You were just lucky." Luck may open a door once, but consistency builds a house. Do not let their inability to celebrate dim your joy. You may also notice unnecessary criticism. Everything you do is analyzed, corrected, or mocked. Constructive feedback uplifts, but jealous criticism confuses and drains. It focuses more on proving you wrong than helping you improve. Another hidden sign is gossip. When people talk about you behind your back, especially twisting facts, it often reflects their inner frustration. A peaceful mind does not find joy in tearing others down. Gossip is the noise of a restless heart. Jealousy can also appear as fake concern. They pretend to worry about you, but their advice subtly pushes you backward. They say, "I'm saying this for your own good," while planting fear in your path. Finally, jealous people feel threatened by your growth. When you evolve, they try to remind you of who you used to be. Growth makes some people uncomfortable because it forces them to face their own stagnation. When you recognize these signs, do not react with anger. Respond with awareness, boundaries, and compassion. Not everyone who hurts you is your enemy. Some are simply fighting battles within themselves. Stay focused on your journey, keep your heart clean, and let your progress speak quietly while you keep walking forward with faith and inner strength. Inner strength grows when you stop seeking validation from those who cannot understand your path. When you notice jealousy around you, it is a reminder that you are moving, changing, and rising. Still, it is important not to let awareness turn into arrogance. Humility keeps your heart light, even when others struggle with your light. Jealous people often test your patience. They may ask personal questions not to support you, but to measure themselves against you. They want to know how far you have gone, how much you earn, who supports you. Information in the wrong hands becomes a weapon. Wisdom teaches us to share selectively, not secretly, but sensibly. Another subtle behavior is emotional distance during your difficult times. When you are struggling, they may appear briefly sympathetic, but there is an unspoken relief inside them. Your pain temporarily balances their insecurity. This does not make them evil, it makes them human and unhealed. Understanding this helps you release resentment and focus on healing yourself instead of fixing others. Sometimes jealousy shows up as control. They want to decide what is best for you, where you should go, and how much you should dream. When someone feels threatened by your independence, they try to limit your choices. Growth requires space, and not everyone is comfortable giving that space. You may also notice a pattern of inconsistency. On good days they are supportive, on great days they disappear. Their presence depends on how your life compares to theirs. Consistent love does not fluctuate with comparison, it flows with sincerity. The most important lesson here is not about identifying jealous people, but about becoming emotionally strong enough that jealousy does not disturb your balance. When you know who you are and where you are going, opinions lose their power. Silence becomes your shield and progress becomes your reply. Do not waste energy proving yourself. Your journey does not need approval. Keep working quietly, improving daily, and staying grounded in gratitude. Gratitude protects you from becoming jealous of others, just as awareness protects you from being affected by jealousy. Surround yourself with people who celebrate growth, not comfort zones. People who clap loudly when you win and stand firmly when you fall. And if such people are few, remember that solitude with purpose is better than company filled with hidden competition. Life becomes peaceful when you stop explaining yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Keep your intentions pure, your actions consistent, and your heart focused on becoming better than yesterday. Jealousy fades when it finds no reaction, and your inner peace becomes stronger each time you choose calm over chaos, clarity over confusion, and self-respect over approval. As your awareness deepens, you begin to realize that jealousy is not something to fight, but something to outgrow. The more you understand yourself, the less power others have over your emotions. When your self-worth comes from within, no look, no comment, and no silence can shake you. There will be moments when you feel tempted to confront jealous behavior directly. Sometimes clarity helps, but often silence speaks louder. Silence protects your energy and keeps your focus intact. Not every reaction deserves a response, and not every question needs an answer. Peace grows when you choose what truly matters. Jealousy also teaches an important lesson about boundaries. Being kind does not mean being available to everyone. You can love people from a distance. You can respect someone without sharing your plans with them. Boundaries are not walls of ego, they are doors of self-respect. As you rise, your circle may shrink. This is not a loss, but a natural refinement. Some people are meant to walk with you only for a certain distance. When their journey no longer aligns with yours, holding on creates pain. Letting go creates space for alignment and growth. Never let jealousy harden your heart. If you allow bitterness to settle, you slowly become what you once wanted to avoid. Stay soft, stay grounded, and stay focused. Compassion is strength when it comes from clarity, not from weakness. Remember, your progress can trigger others because it reflects what they postponed in their own lives. This is why staying consistent is more powerful than being loud. When your life becomes an example, it inspires even those who once doubted you, even if they never admit it. Use jealousy as feedback, not fuel for ego. Let it remind you to stay disciplined, humble, and connected to your purpose. The goal is not to prove others wrong, but to live so honestly that their opinions lose relevance. Protect your mornings with positive thoughts and your nights with gratitude. A peaceful routine builds emotional armor. When your inner world is stable, the outer world cannot disturb you easily. Trust that the universe rearranges people around you according to your growth. What stays is a line. What leaves is teaching you detachment. Keep moving forward with faith, patience, and self-belief, knowing that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. And every step you take with integrity brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. When you walk this path with integrity, you slowly stop taking things personally. You realize that most reactions are reflections, not responses to who you truly are. This understanding gives you freedom, because you are no longer carrying the emotional weight of other people's unresolved struggles. At times, jealousy may come from those you once helped or supported. This can hurt deeply, but it also reveals an important truth. Not everyone who benefits from your kindness will protect your heart. Give generously, but wisely. Kindness should flow, not bleed. You may notice that as your confidence grows, your silence becomes uncomfortable for some people. They were used to you explaining, justifying, or seeking approval. When you stop doing that, it feels like distance, but in reality, it is growth. Calm confidence does not announce itself, it simply exists. Another shift happens when you stop oversharing your plans and start showing results instead. Results speak in a language that needs no translation. When actions align with intention, unnecessary opinions fade into the background. There will be moments when jealousy tries to make you doubt yourself. A delayed success, a quiet phase, or a small setback may invite negative voices back into your mind. In those moments, return to your values. Consistency beats intensity, and patience always outlives pressure. Understand that everyone is on a different timeline. Comparing journeys only creates suffering. When you honor your pace, you stop rushing and start trusting. Trust brings clarity, and clarity brings peace. Your responsibility is not to manage how others feel about your growth. Your responsibility is to grow with honesty. If you shrink to make others comfortable, you slowly abandon yourself. Growth requires courage, and courage often walks alone for a while. Stay committed to learning. The more you learn, the less threatened you feel by others, and the less disturbed you are by jealousy. Knowledge humbles the ego and strengthens the soul. Let your life be guided by purpose, not by reaction. When your decisions come from purpose, external noise loses importance. Purpose gives you direction even when appreciation is absent. Every time you choose patience over provocation, awareness over assumption, and peace over proving, you step into emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is not about controlling others. It is about understanding yourself. As you continue evolving, you will notice a quiet confidence settling within you. This confidence does not need validation, applause, or explanation. It is built from self-trust, discipline, and inner alignment. When that alignment becomes your foundation, jealousy around you becomes irrelevant, because you are no longer walking to compete, but walking to become the best version of who you truly are.